humane with one another at times.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to repeat that question. That was an amazing question. Michelle just said, how do you remain vulnerable given that human beings can treat each other so badly, or be so cruel to each other? Woo! That's first the perfect question and the hard question. I will answer it, but other people here probably could answer it equally well. In fact, practically almost everybody. You just have to be human. And there will be things that hurt you. But don't let that stop you from being who you are, the human being, the open human being that you are. I try not to let it stop me because, well, the other thing is, I see the good in so many people. Some people go around with it. There's horrible things happening in our world, painful things happening all the time. Okay, we know that. And yet, what I see a lot is so many wonderful, good, amazing things. I mean, if I had all night, I could go around the room and talk about the amazing good things that people in this room have been doing, either have done once, done 100 times, been doing for decades for some people, and we could be spending a lot of time because it's all in this room, and this is a small room. And so I just see good people all around, and I don't want the bad stuff in the world to stop me from being me. And I'm not saying any of this is easy. And I guess I've learned to be, I think as some people said, I've learned to be more open. I wasn't always this open. I've been fearful for most of my life, including now. Okay, I'm not as fearful as I used to be, but I've been scared to death. Okay, every day, like scared that something bad is going to happen. I'm scared, especially when I was younger, and now, that I was going to screw up and do all sorts of things wrong and bad. When I go back far enough, I used to think I was I used to feel like, in my early 20s, I was probably the most screwed up person I knew. I thought, and maybe it felt like I was the most screwed up person in the world. And I learned that's not true. You have to be you. I have to be me. We all have to be ourselves and not let bad things that are out there or bad things that are coming our way stop that. And the other thing is get help. I am fortunate enough at this point in my life to be surrounded by all of you. And it gives me courage to be open, to be honest with you. And there are so many, again, examples of people. If I, falter, I can think of other people I know who do amazing things. And I'll just mention, I have to mention Tina here. My friend, Tina, was an inspiration to me as someone who was amazingly open, reached out to people multiple times a day. She happens to be the daughter of Virginia and Meliciano, and the stepdaughter of Dominga, and I'm so happy they're here with us. And she was an amazing person, and she inspired me every time. She died 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and it was a loss to all of us. But her influence has not died. Her influence, some of the reaching out to all of you was given a major boost by her. I did it a little bit before, I do it a lot now, and she is part of that reason in a big way. So her influence is in me, and as a result, since I've touched many of you, it's in you too, even in the ones who have no idea who I'm talking about. But it's in you too. But she's not the only one, but she's an important person in my life.
She used to like to dance.
She loved to dance, but she was a much better dancer than I ever was. Am I right? Did she know how to dance? There's a Cape Verdean dance that all the Cape Verdeans will know what I'm talking about. The rest of you may not, called Funana. And this And this woman knew how to do funana. Am I right? Yeah. So let me just say, but I did not learn to dance from her, but because I couldn't even come close. But she was certainly an inspiration. But she expressed her joy through her dance, and I tried to do that. Okay.